all local, all morning. You're watching Fox 61 Morning News.
First at 6, bundle up. It is bitter cold to start the day out there. Feels like below zero in some areas of the state because of that nasty wind. But good morning to you. Happy Monday. We hope you're having a good start so far. We are. We hope you had a great weekend. Thanks for starting off your new week with us, America Arias.
And I'm Bridget Piorlo. The snow outside yesterday was so beautiful. Meteorologist Rachel Piscatelli joins us with what you need to know before you step out the door this morning. Good morning, Rachel. Our temperatures are going to dip a bit?
Oh, they have dipped a bit. It is definitely a cold start to our morning. It's that bone-chilling cold that when the wind blows, it feels like sub-zero in many spots across the state. We are much colder than this time yesterday, anywhere from 17 to about 20 degrees colder. So numbers now are sitting in the single digits in teens. Around 19 right now is the air temperature in New Haven. But when the wind is gusting close to 20 to 25 miles per hour, it's taking numbers down to about single digits to sub-zero. So the real feel is down to 5 in New Haven. It feels like 1 degree in Norwich, 0 in Willimantic. It feels like 2 below in Torrington right now, as well as up by the airport. Wind speeds stay elevated this morning into the late afternoon and early evening. The winds diminish. So for the kids at the bus stop, you certainly want to plan accordingly for those colder numbers outside. It is windy this afternoon under a blend of sun and clouds. High temperatures today topping out in the mid to upper 20s. But when you factor in the wind, you want to dress for the single digits for much of the morning, and by the afternoon, dressing for the teens. Into tonight, temperatures will actually be down into the teens into tomorrow morning. And then we will have less wind too, so that'll make things feel a little bit more bearable. Into the afternoon, we'll be in the mid-30s, melting occurring for our Tuesday. And then by Wednesday, we're going to start a rebound in the numbers with a brief warm-up on the way. Wednesday into Friday, we'll have more details on just how warm our numbers are expected to get coming up in just a bit. Here at 6:02, we are largely quiet across the state, but watch out for those isolated slick spots. Those first steps out the door could certainly be a bit tricky this morning. So your drive times on our state lines: Hartford to Massachusetts around 40 minutes. New Haven to Rhode Island is up towards about 70. New Haven to New York is an hour drive southbound 95. No significant delays in the area. Bridgeport to Fairfield is around 11 minutes, which is pretty manageable this morning. You're seeing some brake lights over in Fairfield now on 95. Over to you.
In Waterbury, what started off as a run-of-the-mill water main break is now being called a massive infrastructure failure.
This has been going on for days now. While crews were fixing the Thomaston Avenue water main, another water main failure on the same construction site caused water services to be disrupted. And that's for much of the city, including surrounding communities as well.
Fox 61's Glenn Kittle is joining us live from Thomaston Avenue with an update from officials on when these issues could be fixed. And Glenn, this is throwing a wrench in a lot of people's plans. Kids in Waterbury Public Schools, they're not going to school, so parents are scrambling to figure out what to do with them.
Yeah, good morning, Erica, Bridget. Yeah, that's right. Schools are going to be closed Monday, and then even matter of fact for the next week, those school days are going to be held on a day-by-day basis. So in terms of what school looks like for kids here in Waterbury and parents as well, trying to figure out what to do with their kids, that's going to be pretty uncertain for the next week here. But here on Thomaston Avenue is where it's all going down. This is day 5 of this water main break, and this latest break now is having to do with a 36-inch transmission main that is really putting a wrench in folks' day. A lot of tens of thousands of folks in Waterbury and surrounding communities are without water service, but some have regained some. That's some of the silver lining over the past couple of days here. Now, the mayor announced yesterday that those public schools will be closed today, and then over the next week going to be evaluated on a day-by-day basis. Now, because of this latest break, some folks in Watertown and Wolcott lost their water service. Here's what they had to say.
For all the people panicking and saying rude things about them not fixing it quick enough, there's countries that have no water.
She let me know in the morning, but she don't have water, but this complete for sometimes you need to take a shower or wash the
Now, in terms of a timeline of when this water main could be fixed, what was supposed to be a week-long fix back when the original break was last week now has no timeline for repair. There's a boil water advisory in effect for folks that live in Waterbury and some of those surrounding communities. And it's also important to note that there will be water distribution services from volunteer services to folks that don't have their water right now. So definitely just a lot of wrenches being thrown in people's plans because of this water main break that has turned into a real disaster disaster for folks just over the past couple of days. Live in Waterbury, Glenn Kittle, Fox 61.
All right, Glenn, thanks. Yeah, I can't imagine how frustrating it is for those parents. It's very little notice, and they've got to figure out what to do with their kids. They got to get to their jobs. Feel for those folks. Thanks, Glenn. And we hope you stick with us here for continuing coverage of the disruptions from this massive water main break. From the work to the repair to the break to the water distribution across the city, we're going to follow it all for you here on air, online, and on our news app. You can also stream our live coverage on Fox 61 Plus. That's always free for you. And breaking this morning, coming out of Providence, authorities say they will release a person that was detained in connection to the shooting at Brown University over the weekend. Authorities said that there wasn't enough evidence to keep that person in custody. 2 students were killed and 9 hurt in the tragedy on Saturday afternoon. Police haven't said yet if they have any leads on a potential suspect, but they say whoever carried out this attack is still on the run.
We know that this is likely to cause fresh anxiety for our community, and we want to reiterate what we said earlier, which remains true, which is ever since the initial call, now a day and a half ago, we have not received any credible or specific threats to the Providence community.
Officers say the evidence they found pointed investigators in a different direction, but they haven't given any further details yet. Last night, people gathered to remember the victims killed in Saturday's shooting. The memorial happened at Providence Park, as the university said it canceled all classes, finals, and projects for the rest of the semester.
Everybody's kind of probably going to leave in the next few days from campus. The semester kind of got cut short. So I think I wanted to come out here in particular as a time when everybody is going to be together, to be able to kind of have some closure together on the semester.
The vigil happened in place of a Christmas tree and Hanukkah menorah lighting that were previously planned.
6:07 now. We have breaking news this morning out of Hollywood. Director and actor Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle Singer, were found dead inside their home in Brentwood, California. This is according to a law enforcement source. Police say they could not talk about details of the investigation when they were talking to the Associated Press, but they do say they were investigating an apparent homicide. The Los Angeles Police Department says they are not searching for any suspects at this time.
There are going to be many family members interviewed. I'm not going to confirm whether someone's being interviewed at this time or not. We're going to try and speak to every family member that we can to get to the facts of this investigation.
And at the news conference, the LAPD did not identify the names of the victim. They do say this is being investigated as a homicide case. 6:08 now, at least 15 people are dead, including a child, after what Australian leaders are calling an act of anti-Semitic terrorism. Investigators say a father and son opened fire on a Hanukkah celebration that was being held in Bondi Beach. This is in the area of Sydney. One of the suspected gunmen is among the dead. Officers say the actions of bystanders at the beach helped prevent there from being even more victims than there were.
No tolerance for any kind of retribution or some kind of vindictive counter assault on anyone in our community. We are not going to allow ever a situation where we descend into some kind of lawlessness.
Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese says national agencies are already at work to determine any other links to the shootings. He also praised the bravery of everyday Australians and pledged national unity with Australia's Jewish community. State police are investigating a deadly wrong-way crash that happened late Saturday night on Route 5 in Wethersfield. Officers say a car was traveling in the wrong way in the southbound lanes and it crashed head-on with another vehicle. The wrong-way driver died at the hospital. The driver and a passenger in the other car were both taken to the hospital, we're told, with minor injuries. The crash remains under investigation this morning, and police are asking witnesses to come forward. New Haven firefighters battled a fire at a vacant scaffolding company on Chapel Street in the Fairhaven section of the city. Crews faced tough conditions inside the building, like holes in the floor and a compromised roof. Firefighters quickly got the flames out of control, but my goodness, this was at its peak of the fire flames shooting from the roof there. Thankfully, no one was hurt.
Today is the final day to sign up for Access LCT to get benefits in January. Now, if you miss this deadline, you can still enroll, but you won't receive benefits until February. If you're not sure what plan to get, there is free help available to help you choose.
6:10 now, and tonight's Powerball jackpot is worth $1.1 billion. That is with a B. And keep in mind, the odds of winning the jackpot are 1 in 292 million.
Of course, you are more likely to get hit by lightning or have triplets, so don't go overboard and use your entire paycheck on those tickets. Well, nobody won the jackpot on Saturday night. 28 tickets sold here in Connecticut won $200.
Okay, so check those tickets. Meantime, a double play ticket sold in our state for $500. That's when a player spends an extra $1 to play the same numbers again in a second drawing for a prize up to $10 million. So good luck to everyone who plays. I forgot Saturday, as I always do. So tonight, no excuses. We got to get
on the way home. Yeah.
And ahead at 5:30, we'll share the work being done to help people impacted by the water main break, and Waterbury get some relief. We'll have details coming up.